For those that know me know that I love milkshakes, in particular lime milkshakes. I'm not much of a coffee guy, but I love lime milkshakes. Part of the reason I love lime milkshake is because of my grandfather, or Gramps as I called him, Eric Woods. He was a good man, he loved Jesus, loved his family, and now he worshipped and went to the church at Maitland. And my mum tells a story when he was 82 and he was a bandsman and he was on the platform and he felt compelled to go to the mercy seat, and that's just a place of prayer in our church. And he went forward, and my mum shares a story as he went and he knelt at the mercy seat. She went down and she knelt with him and she asked him, "Why have you come?" And he says, "I'm just asking, have I been enough?" He was asking the question, has my life been enough? And everyone will come to a time in their life where they ask the question, have I been enough? Have I lived my life pursuing the right, most important things? Am I pleased with the life that I've lived? I was listening to a talk by David Jeremiah, and he spoke about the dangers of drifting in life and drifting in our faith. And when you're drifting, you're normally going away from something. You're not towards it. And when you drift, it often causes us to miss out on the most important, the most valuable things in life. I was reading the other day in Hebrews 2, and it warns us to pay attention to the most important things. And obviously the most important thing in the message is the message about Jesus, of who he was, who he is, and why he came and what he did. And if you aren't continually reminded of the most important things in life, you're going to drift. And the question I want to pose today is, how do we stop drifting in life and start really living? How do we stop drifting in life and start really living? Well, the first thing is we have to have enough courage to stop. Have enough courage to stop. One of the hardest things to do is to stop. We think we're going to lose momentum, or we fear we'll miss out, or our kids will miss out. We fear missed opportunity. What will people say? We have to be willing to get off this treadmill of life and stop. Reflect, reassess, and review. We need to review what we are doing and, more importantly, where we are headed. I often make fun of my dad, but he always quotes these wise sayings, and this one came to me as I was preparing for this message. My dad would often say to me, "Mark, if you don't know where you're headed in life, you're lost before you start." You know, in Psalm 46, it says, "Be still and know that I am God." We quote it off all the time, but there's something powerful, there's something beautiful about when we stop, reflect, reassess, and review our life. And in this COVID-19 season, there's no better time to do this. The second thing is, be willing to take the time and search for the most important, valuable things in life. Be willing to take the time and search for the most important, valuable things in life. You don't normally stumble on important and valuable things, you find them. Recently, I went on a bushwalk with my good mate, Gavin Watts, and we've been walking for about 50 minutes, and he's asked me, "Are we there yet?" And nearly an hour into it, and eventually we come out of the bush, and there's about 10 meters just off the track, there's this most majestic look at the ocean, this view of the ocean. It was unbelievable. And you journey to great places. And I encourage you to do the same. In the book of Jeremiah, it says, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." You know, when you seek God, you'll find God when you seek God with all your heart. You don't stumble on faith or the meaning of life, you find it. You don't stumble on a good marriage, you invest in it, you work hard at it. You don't stumble on loving, forgiving relationships and friendships, you invest in it, you search for it, and you work at it. And when we discover these most valuable things in life that gives us meaning and purpose, then it's like, what else do we do? Once we know, what do we do? And this is the most challenging thing. We need to learn to say no to other good things. It's the third thing. Learn to say no to other good things. At home, we have a huge SOAP of values statement. It lays out what is the most important, valuable things in our life, our values. But what it also does is it enables us to say no to other things, even good things. Because maybe if we say yes to everything, we can't do everything that we know we should do or want to do. You know, one of the saddest things to see in life is when someone comes towards the end of their life or a time of crisis and they realize they have drifted past and missed the most valuable things in it, like their family, their children, their marriage, friendships, and their faith. And no one on their deathbed will ever say, I wish I would have worked more. For my dad, he's a bit of my hero. He's an ultimate pastor. He's got a big heart for people, and he cares for so many people over the years in difficult times. And he said to me, when people are on their deathbed, when he's counselled people, he's pastored people on their deathbed, there's 3 things they wish they would have done more of. 1, they wish they would have spent more time with God, investing in their faith. 2, they wish they would have spent more time with their family. And 3, they wish they would have taken more risk in life. When my gramps was 84 years old, he was in hospital and he didn't have long to live, and they moved him back home so that he could die peacefully at home, and he had an oxygen mask. And I kept saying to him when we would visit him, I kept saying to him, can you just wait? Because Lauren and I's first child, Zoe, was just about to be born. And I'd love him to see her gramps. And when we got there, he got to hold Zoe for the first time. She was only a couple of weeks old. And it was a beautiful time and a beautiful moment. But I saw a man who was content, who was at peace. I saw a man who didn't let life drift on by, but spent his time and his life investing in things that are most important to him, his faith in Jesus, his family, and serving others in need. And as he sat there, and I knew that this would be the last time that I would see him, I was just reminded I saw a man who had enough courage to stop, to reflect, to reassess and review his life and make the adjustments needed throughout it. I saw a man who was willing to take the time and search for the most important and valuable things in life. And I saw a man who learnt to say no to other good things in order to keep him on track. And my prayer is that you and I, we also can do the same. We are people that don't drift in life, but people who know our purpose and live for the most valuable things in it. Bless you each, and have a great day.